You guys ever just have one of them weeks? Well, this was my week to have one of them weeks. But before we go, I'm going to show you my room real quick. So this is the room I'm paying just under $7 US a night. Now the hostel I was at, I was paying just a little bit more to share a 4-bedroom dorm. The last dorm room that I was in was a 4-bedroom, but before that I was in a 6-bedroom dorm for almost the same money that I have this room for. So this is what you get for about $7. It's a fan-only room, and the fan is a Hurricane, so there's no way to dial it down. It's a little bit too much, and I may change rooms to an aircon room for a little bit more money. But I'll show you the room. So this is the room I'm in. Got a little place to set my backpack. I'm on the 4th floor. So if you're into getting into shape, that's what you want, the 4th floor, because you can walk up and down all those yummy stairs coming and going. So it's just a simple room. Got a big old fan, Hurricane fan, like I say. For this size room, that's way overkill. And you've got a desk. I like the desk. That's a nice feature. I got another little desk to put my electronics on, and I've got just a simple bed. And the bed's not too bad. I wish it was a little wider, but for the money, I can't complain. And then you have a hutch to stick your clothes, which I'm usually too lazy to do because I don't like to pack and unpack when I'm on the road so much. So I just kind of leave everything in my suitcase and then a little bag for the laundry. But yeah, I'm rendering out a movie right now as we speak. And that sometimes takes maybe an hour, hour and a half, and then I can upload it. So 9 minutes of video takes about an hour and a half. Why would I change rooms? Okay, so here's the deal. So last night, I go to sleep. I realize that this window to this room is right next to the road, so it's too noisy. The other thing, if you're light sensitive like I am, this is all open to the hallway, so this is lit up all day long, so you kind of get that ambient light. If you need a dark room to sleep, that'll really affect you. So between those two things, this Hurricane blowing on you all night long, the road noise, and this light, I'm going to be here a week. If I can change those things, that would really help. I'm usually not that fussy, but I do have some things that I like to have when I'm in a room. And even just a little bit more, if you can upgrade to make it so you're going to sleep a good night, that's important, because your sleep, your life, your comfort, it's a big deal. If you're just going to be in and out a day and it's not going to matter, fine. But if it's going to affect you for longer than a day or two, then yeah, change those things, because it's not that big a deal. And I think the aircon room is, what is it, like 220, 190 versus 220. So I think it might be a buck or two more for aircon with a lighter blowing fan versus the Hurricane. And I looked at some of the other rooms, and they have boards up along the hallway entrance, which kind of blocks that light. So yeah, I think I got the bottom bin room that they just like, yeah, I'll throw him in here. If he complains, we'll put him somewhere else. So there you go. Best to always check a room before you commit to a long term, unless you can change and upgrade. Okay, so something to think about. And I sometimes just get lazy and tired, and I don't do those things. But anyway, let's go to immigration. Let's check that out. All right, guys, so we're on our first ride of our tuk-tuk. And so they wanted, by taxi to go here, they wanted $500 for round trip, but this guy's taking me for $30. So this is a tuk-tuk in Thailand. It's like a little mini pickup truck with seats, kind of like a jeepney would be in the Philippines. So hopefully we can get this figured out, and I can get the extra 2 weeks added to my visa, which I should have had. So when you enter Phuket Sandbox, you're supposed to get 45 days, and then you're supposed to be able to renew for another 30, and then a possible COVID extension if things are still not working out. So that's what I'm working on, and hopefully we get this figured out. Well, that was pretty crappy. The guy takes me about 10 minutes, stops, points at a building, which is not the building that I showed him on the map or the other people told me. So now I'm back to square one, trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get to this place. This is kind of ridiculous. My gosh, I don't know. I don't know if the guy just kind of stroked me so he can just get some money and go back, or if that's all the farther he went, or what exactly happened. But in any event, I'm walking down to take another bus, so that's frustrating. I feel like renting a scooter. Now I'm far from where I started, so This immigration place is out in the middle of nothing, you guys. And there's like nothing out here. Look at this. It's like crazy. It's nowhere near the town like you would think. We're almost there now though. Alright, you guys, here it is, way in the heck out in the middle of nothing. I mean, this is like out there. This is way out there. It's like so far out of town. I've never been to an immigration so far out of town. Very crazy. Alright, you guys. So when I looked at my visa, I misinterpreted the numbers on the visa. So I kind of created my own misunderstanding, and that led me down a rabbit hole, which led me down to here. That brought me right back to where I started today. So now I could opt to not share this video and just show my good content, but I want to show you the real me, the real things that happen, that I'm human, I make mistakes, I'm not afraid to declare I'm sometimes not as intelligent. But I think that's part of humility, and I think we gain from that, we grow from that, and we share with that if we can. So maybe somebody else can get something out of that. Basically, I went to the immigration office and I looked at the numbers on my passport after the hotel staff had looked at my passport kind of funny, and I thought, why are they looking at it so funny? And I looked at it, and instead of being renewed to the end of September for my passport, it looked like it said September 12th. It looked like a 1, 2, and then a 9, and then it said SEP. And I'm thinking, gosh, I renewed from August 30th. It should renew for one more month, which should take me to the end of September. And so then I thought, well, gosh, I better go to the immigration right away the next day after I was at the immigration in Surat and get this figured out, because if you are late on your visa, they will charge you per day being late. And I thought, I'm really good with that stuff. I want to keep up on it, so let's go there. So I get there, and it turns out that I misread the numbers on the passport wrong. It was kind of my own deal. But what I got out of it was that it didn't seem like an issue to do a COVID extension after you talk to the immigration officer. I have a feeling, since they do 2-month extensions, that they're wanting to keep people here spending money because they need the tourism badly. So at this point, there's enough going on here that I think a lot of people didn't get much of a vacation that did come here, and I think they're more than happy to extend that for that purpose, and also because it is harder to get around with COVID. So there's some lenience there, and I think that's kind of nice. I'm hoping to extend and stay here until the Philippines opens, because that's ultimately my reason for coming to Asia, to get back into the Philippines, and they are fully closed right now. So hopefully it works out, and in 30 days I will go back there and apply for that extension. But I forgot, you have to apply 10 days before your expiration on your visa. That way, if it doesn't go through, then you have time to find out some other place to go, some other options. So that's where we're at, you guys. I'm going to share this video in a reluctant way, and I'll show you what I saw on the passport and how I misinterpreted, okay?
Hey, Vern.